All right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shemi Yahushua, by Shem Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the Akim out there pushing the word of sincerity and in truth. The brother Balls off from Great Millstone, Atlanta. I just have a lesson going into this article which goes into the super elites, which are of course, the Illuminati, the banking dynasty, the family of the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, Getty, so on and so forth, and the lesser illuminaries. And this article says, a fundamentally inhumane economy. 26 billionaires own as much as world's 3.8 billion poorest people, and it was published January 21st, 2019. And I'm gonna go into it. It says, with Wall Street giants, tech moguls, and other members of the global financial political elite set to gather in Davos, Switzerland this week for the annual World Economic Forum, a report published late Sunday found that the planet's richest people saw their fortunes soar by 2.5 billion per day last year as the world's poorest lost wealth. Right. So, according to this article, which is of course the truth, is going into how these tech moguls, these giants, these financial giants of the society, they're draining the wealth of the world, and they're depositing it in their pocket, while majority of the people are basically living off of pennies, man. Through the spirit, me and the brother Karatas, I did a lesson a couple of days ago on going into how the poor of the nation, or the poor of the world, is living off of $5.50 per day, and you have these elitists that, like I said, they're making 2.5 billion per day. So if these white people, and majority of course is Edomites, you might have a couple of Arabs, out in Dubai that may rank in a list, certain individuals in other countries, multi-billionaires that might rank in the list. But for the most part, the list consists primarily of Edomites, which are so-called white people. And majority of these billionaires, they got their finances off of theft and fraud, man. Before, of course, you know, you had, Ponzi schemes that was registered in the system, a lot of, money laundering and things of that nature. You had these financial elitists that actually practice in these things, and majority of the people, they commoners, they woke up to the legal practices and they started to practice themselves, but they got caught. These elites have something known as diplomatic immunity, where they could do all kind of wickedness and they won't get charged for crimes. All right, just like it speaks about global financing, and the financial system is fraudulent. All right, is based off of fiat currency that doesn't exist. All right, it's not backed by silver and gold, because the all the gold has been extracted out of this society, and all these other societies, and it's being hoarded by the super rich. And it's just showing you how the mindset of the rich, because it's just like show tells you that in the movie New Jack City that came out back in the day, how the rich get richer and the poor don't get a damn thing. Excuse me. So it says, the economy we have today is fundamentally inhumane. Paul O'Brien, Oxfam America. Titled Private Good or Public Wealth, and conducted by Oxfam, the new analysis found that 26 billionaires now own as much wealth as the world's poorest 3.8 billion people combined. According to Oxfam, the number of billionaires has doubled since the global financial crisis of 2008, even as average families have struggled mightily to recover. Right, and that's how you know that everything is being pushed by individuals that's running the governments, whether the governments of Europe, Greece, and Italy, so on and so forth, Switzerland, Sweden, or the governments in the United States and things of that nature. The reason why the people are so extremely poor, the reason why the people are, majority of them, on drugs, they're killing each other. They have to go in and out of the hospitals. They're always in prison because of depression or just acts that they weren't wisely considering, is because of the picture that's being painted in their mind by these billionaires, man. These billionaires plant images in your mind subconsciously. I'm talking about the poor of the people through media, through television, through all these different assets of or aspects of vision, visualization, so that you can actually act irrationally, whether it's spending abundance of your money through mass consumerism, or actually doing something criminally and to land you in a system so that they can make more money. All right, it's all a monopoly game. You know, it's all to monetize and weaponize against you. You know, they want to make your life as inconvenient and as self-destructive as possible so that they could become richer and richer. All right, you know, crime pays, according to these devils, man. You know, everything that you do, you know, they're gaining a buck. That's why it speaks about how billionaires are becoming richer and richer. And it's not just from safe investments. It's not through looking at their stocks residually gained, so to speak. You know, interest rates. Well, that's one of the big things that they gain through interest rates, which that's illegal according to the Bible, man. It's called usury. Whenever you give somebody a amount of money, say for instance you lend somebody $300, you don't jack the price up to 1,200 over a number of years. See, these devils have this thing down lock, stock, and barrel, and they're continuously squeezing and putting the vice grips on the society to pull and extract more funds out of the people. That's why it tells you that in Isaiah the 14th chapter, how this individual, which is the so-called white man, is the hammer that's hammering down all these different nations. How is he hammering them? He's oppressing them for their riches, whether gold, silver, oil reserves, diamond reserves. For instance, the diamond district. You know, you have blood diamonds that were cultivated in Africa. Those Hamites that were basically extracting those diamonds from the earth, you know, through slavery, and they'll take the diamonds and they'll import them to America and jack the prices up, you know, and they'll come up with all kind of advertisements that diamonds is a girl's best friend. You know, these Jared commercials, all these different diamond jeweler commercials, just to have you actually purchase the product. So that's free labor first and foremost, and that's a jacked up markup prices on a product that's intrinsically worthless. Diamonds don't house the proper worth that they put in the system for. You know, same thing with all this clothing. Same thing with all these different things. This society is built upon witchcraft. It's all about putting numbers in your face that actually doesn't exist, which is a form of witchcraft, man. This devil is a sorcerer. And I'm going to continue to go on. It says, according to Oxfam, the number of billionaires has doubled since the global financial crisis of 2008, even as average families have struggled mightily to recover. In contrast to the soaring fortunes of the global financial elite, the wealth of the world's poorest fell by 500 million each day in 2018, an overall decline of 11%. And that's horrible. How is the wealth of the world's poorest fallen by 500 million? Because you have the wealth of the rich that's soaring, and they're doing anything in their means to take those millions and become richer and richer, man. And they don't care about you being sick. They don't care about your liver going out. They don't care about you being in and out of the prisons. All right. They don't care about your family. They don't care about your mother. They don't care about your sons, your children. They care about themselves. They care about their dynasty and their lineage, and the blue blood nobility continuously functioning. And you watch that on the movie Elysium. Elysium, where you had the elitists of the society. They actually ran to a planet where basically it was in harmony. It was in unique harmony. It had everything to appease the lives of the super rich, while they had the blacks and Latinos on the earth basically grinding for naught. You know, they were putting in the overtime and not making anything to truthfully compensate themselves. They were living in a society that was heavily inundated with toxins. They were, being sickened day by day, while the elitists weren't even living in the world. They were living on top of the world. And this is an example. All right, this is this so-called white man's Valhalla. This is his kingdom. All right, that's why scripture speak about how the earth is given it into the hands of the wicked. In Job, the 9th chapter, the 24th verse. And it's a lot more on this article. If brothers want to go into it, of course, jump into it. Because this white man has to go, man. He has a long history of poisoning the world, sickening the people, destroying, as it is written. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get it. This is John 10:10. It says, "The thief cometh not." Who is the thief? The so-called white man. Why is he the thief? Because he stole the whole world. Everything that he got was ill-gotten gain. All right. Going back into the 1900s, the scramble of Africa, 1492, Christopher Columbus came over here and butchered the native Indians in this land. All right. The 1611, the blacks being forced through cargo slave ships to the Americas to work, all right, and not receiving compensation for their manual labor. That's thievery. All right. On top of all these different things, drug trafficking, from stealing all these different drugs in these different lands, going to Afghanistan, going into the Iraq wars, them taking opium and taking all these different drugs and chemicalizing it, taking the poppy from if I'm not mistaken, Afghanistan, chemicalizing it and serving it to the people in America. All right, and this is statistical facts, man. That when they went to those different when they had wars in these different countries, the drug market boomed. The drug market spiked. All right. It says, "So the thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and destroy, excuse me. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly." Right. And that's why we're all oppressed and we're waiting on a savior to get us out of this wretched captivity, which is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, as it is written, he's going to come with healing in his wings. And we need healings. We're the ones that's being worn out. We're being damaged mentally. We're being sickened. We're being impoverished. We're being just jacked up on a whole. And this isn't going to last forever. That's why we're prisoners of hope, man. The elites are matter of fact, I'm going to get that. They're partying for a season. But guess what? Scripture speak about how princes is going to eat in due season. All right, because right now you got the servants that's on horses, the ones that actually are supposed to be in servitude on an elevated plateau, while you have the true illuminated ones, the Yasha, the princes of the power, the princes of God, basically being trodden underfoot, and it's basically a upside down world. But it's all judgment for us actually falling from our power, and the Most High Yahweh Shemi Shai is going to raise us back up to be the righteous rulers and leaders of the earth and conduct the world in true bliss. All right, according to the law, statutes, and commandments guided in these scriptures. All right, so this is Lamentations 4:21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom." Edom is the so-called white man. Edom goes back to the Hebrew word Adon, which means red. And you devils, rejoice, man. You are prospering. You multi-billionaires. You multi-millionaires. That's living half the hog off of the backs of breaking the Latinos, Native Americans, and blacks down. Hey, rejoice. Have what it said. You laugh now, cry later. So it says that dwelleth in the land of Uz. Uz was a chief city in the land of Edom. All right, and the so-called white men established these chief cities here in America and all throughout the world, where it's basically a paradise for the white people. All right, paradise for these elitists, where they'll go and they'll spend $100,000, $200,000, $20,000-$30,000 a night, eating off of luxury, eating out of luxury glasses and silverware. Eating $5,000 plates and things of that nature. So this devil is living deliciously, and he's dwelling carelessly. But that carelessly is only for a season. It's going to be a time where this kingdom is going to collapse. It's going to collapse with you white people in it, you billionaires in it, and Yahweh Shai is going to redeem and rescue the elect from out of this kingdom, man. All right. So it says, "The cup also shall pass through unto thee." And what's that cup? The dregs of oppression. You white people that beat us down, that force fed us this cup of poverty. Like I said, the 500 million, they're making us drink of a cup that isn't even supposed to be disposed unto us, man. Like I said, the upon the children has thou verily laid thy yoke, and it speaks about how they further the affliction. So that's that cup. So and it's gonna pass through unto you. You devils oppressed us way harder than any other nation that ever existed upon the face of the earth. All right, you stole our nationality. You raped our men and women. You killed the men and fed us to sharks. You fed us to alligators. All right. You skinned the Native Americans. You made war games off of butchery, off of torment, off of sacrifice, burning us alive. You know, the history goes on and on. The list goes on and on. So that cup has to pass through unto thee, and it says, "Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked." Right, and we're gonna open your mouth just like you did to us, and we're gonna force the large cup of oppression down your throat, man. And tape it shut. It ain't gonna be coughing up, and you're gonna be able to, you know, lessen your affliction. You didn't lessen the affliction on us. The Native Americans are still being punished here in the land that belongs to them. This Donald Trump's wall, which Lord willing, I'm about to do a lesson on that. This Trump's wall is oppressing Native Americans that's living by the border, man. But does the Donald Trump is Donald Trump showing any concern for the Native Americans? Hell, the F no, man. So continuing on, says the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Right, our punishment is accomplished. We went through the oppression. We had to suffer slavery. We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. We had to suffer the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, from the 15th verse on down. And this is the time where our redemption is coming, man. It says he will no more carry thee away in captivity, meaning we won't go into slavery. No more hard and endless servitude. All right. It says he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So thy sins, which is the transgression of this white man, is being shown and revealed day by day. Like this one article amongst millions of articles that's being published to go into how these white people are thieves, they're murderers, they're pedophiles, they're the sick of the people. They're just they're inhumane. Everything they do is all about the destruction of righteousness and the establishment of wickedness, man. They're all about pollution and killing, death, bloodshed, havoc. So this is beautiful times that we're living in, where we're gonna raise up as a nation through the Spirit of the Lord, starting now, starting with us having access to condemn this devil